lineups throughout. Of course, the United States wearing their white from head to toe. For the Dutch, they will be wearing the light blue. Typically, they'll see a little bit of an orange, but not so much at this time, as you see them posing for their picture. What's on the line here? Well, by virtue of the earlier match, the United States under-16s beating Turkey 3-2, the Dutch basically have the tournament in their hands with the right result. They need a 2-goal victory, and they will be your 2019 Nike International Friendlies champion. Of course, we're right here at the Premier Sports Campus, Lakewood Ranch, Florida, and it is a 4-team tournament. We mentioned the previous 2 teams as well. Everyone going against each other, and this will be the last of those games. Beautiful evening here at Lakewood Ranch. It's about 67 degrees, maybe a temperature or 2 less than that. No wind to speak of at all. And should be ready to go here as the Americans will go from left to right on your screen. The Dutch will kick off as we prepare to get started here in the last match. So the United States 16 sits on top with 7 points, 2 wins and a draw. The Dutch, with a win and a draw, right now are +1 in goal differential, +3 or plus. Well, they actually need a 3-goal victory because they are +1. Winning by 2 and a 2-0 score would only leave them +3, but the United States would have the tiebreaker based on scoring 8 goals as opposed to the Dutch. So they'll need to put up at least a 3 spot if they have any chance of winning this. The 17s maybe a little frustrated with the loss on Saturday. We'll try to finish at best second place here tonight. Higher pressure. For the U.S. as they step up a bit. Turned over, they'll get it in the midfield. Seth Wilson gets a start in net. He started the opener. Got the shutout against Turkey. That one sent down the line. Netherlands and Turkey here sending their 16s because they are preparing for the for the UEFA Championship in Estonia to be held coming up in May. The under-17 championship. And it's a 2003 birth year. They've been here since last Monday. Training. It's to the feet of Van Broderode. Now a through ball in the middle. Chance, but it's recovered and cleared out by Joshua Ramsey for the United States. Through ball down the middle. Dangerous chance. There's a good look at Ramsey. Ramsey out of Plano, Texas. Playing for Solwar Soccer Club. That one will go off of the Dutch. It'll be a goal kick. Some of these players will be making their way back down to Lakewood Ranch in a couple of weeks as the Winter Cup for Development Academy. A little bit different format this year. You can always go to ussoccerda.com. It'll tell you about it. But previously, the showcase had all the teams down in competition about some around the country and we matched up. Now it's a little bit more importance placed on the game as it is a cup to try to advance on to the next round. That would be about the extent that I talk right now because I'm not the most informed on that. But again, ussoccerda.com will tell you all about it. And not just the men here, will be the boys and men for the soccer development, USDA, but the women will be there as well, and the Nike International Friendlies with the under-20 women's national team. So a busy couple weeks coming up right after Thanksgiving. We're 3 minutes into this one. Neither team really forward. The the Netherlands had a run up the middle, but that was thwarted. Other than that, both teams still trying to feel each other out. This one sent up the field. Van Broderode trying to hold off Axel Alejandre, who's getting his first action, and this year's Friendlies. Turn out wide for Kean Fitzjim. Fitzjim will chase back. Now sent out to the near side for Van Broderode. Working with Barassi. Barassi had a couple of goals in the first night, and that one may have gone off Barassi. It does, and it'll be a U.S. throw. Dutch have looked really good throughout most of this tournament for a large chunk of time. But they gave up 2 goals in stoppage time to the under-16 team on match day 1. Turning a 3-1 lead into a 3-3 final result. That's where the U.S. 16s has really put themselves in a dominating position. However, it is still in the Dutch's hands. What happens? The 17s will be looking to try and finish second with a win here. That one's sent over the far line. Throw in for the U.S. Of course, the 16s for the U.S. are the next squad to compete next year in all the international competitions. These 17s moving up as well. Always a good talent pool, and again, that's what the Development Academy as well as other forums are for here for U.S. Soccer. Past 5 minutes now. American Outlaws down behind the goal of the Dutch team. Keeping the drums going. There's a couple of supporters out there. Of course, they've been very busy in the state of Florida this week. As that will go off of Bailey Sparks. Last Sunday, 8 days ago, the United States women started it off in Jacksonville. Actually, I say started off the busy week of U.S. soccer, but it was the conclusion of their incredible year. Now a good chance here for the U.S., and that's a well-struck ball by Jones. Noah Jones puts it on target. Noah Jones got the 1 goal for the U.S. in the first game against Turkey. They were shut out in the last game against their 16s. But the women got out to a 6-0 victory. And we'll try and continue that here in a second as Sparks will send it across. No one competing for Derrickson. But the second ball is brought down by the U.S. On it is Garcia. Van Broderode will get it back at his feet again as they reset. Let's try it again. For the women, they were in Jacksonville, finished it off, a 6-0 victory, but 20 wins on the year, including a World Cup championship this past summer in France. Very successful year for the ladies, for the women, that's for sure. And then we kicked off the Nike International Friendlies on Thursday between both the men's 17 and 16 teams are both competing. On Friday night, the men's national team beat Canada in Orlando. 4-1 scores put them in position to win the group. A victory against Cuba tomorrow down in the Cayman Islands. As I understand, that's because the Cuban National Stadium is getting renovated, so they'll play that game down in the Cayman Islands, and that'll be tomorrow night. So this puts a busy time for much of the staff who have done a great job with U.S. Soccer getting us set up here and keeping us on the air for everything you see. Here's a chance for the Dutch now. Onto the near side, Van Broderode. Working with Fitzjim. Now back into Bass. Yuri Bass. That's the tackle. He'll have the throw. Job by Alejandre playing the right back today. Direction. So Martha all the way up top. Played inside, not controlled. But it is taken back by Von Broderode. Boss off the left foot and off Alejandre. It'll be a corner kick. Good look there at the Dutchman. Yuri Baas. Part of the Ajax club. This ball driven back post actually floated up a little higher towards the top of the 18, headed away by Jones. Netherlands will come down with it. They'll rotate across the back into the near side on Broderode. Mahan, wearing number 20, will see it go up to Von Broderode in front of him. Von Broderode tackled off, but he gets it back. Now plays it wide onto the high end. Here's Bona. Bona drops it back. Fitzjim will strike it. The deflection headed away. Still free. The second header down to the foot of Fitzjim. Now it's to Martha. Martha running away from the net, marked by Ramsey. Good turn. Now he's back in, and that ball cleared out. Not completely away yet. There's Jones, who makes a nice move being chased down. It's an opportunity here for the U.S., but able to run that one down for the defense and the Dutch, and they'll have to reset. There's Baas. Von Broderode. Into the area, and it will roll too far. Gathered there by Wilson. Looks like maybe different as Jimenez starting in the back, perhaps for the Netherlands. That is Jimenez running it down. Looking for Martha. Martha with some speed, getting down to the line. He kind of cuts it inside, pushed it a little too far. And it's taken away by the Netherlands. Martha, though, his shot. And they'll say it went off the U.S. So it'll be a corner kick here for the Netherlands. Von Broderode. Floats at penalty spot, headed away. Netherlands on it. So we played 13 minutes. They're definitely controlling the pace of play more so. The U.S. a couple of counterattacks, but that will allow the Netherlands to go forward. Played it out wide. Bona, roll underneath his foot. He has to keep it in, but he doesn't. So a giveaway there for the Netherlands. In the starting lineup for the U.S., Wilson, Tolkien, Tompkinson, Ramsey, Sparks, Jones, Fuentes, and DeVries, as well as Alejandro, Lopez, and Garcia. That one sent up the field. Looking for U.S., it was Garcia trying to cat on the end of that, as it is Netherlands out there. Derrickson. Mahan. And a foul behind the play on Bradarete. U.S. free kick. Derrickson steps in front of Jones. Mahan back to Derrickson. $16 minutes past. This one collected by Roofs. Again, the Netherlands will need to score at least 3 goals in order to win this year's Nike International Friendlies. The earlier game saw the U.S. 16s beat Turkey 3-2. They sit at 7 points with the +3 goal differential, 8 goals scored. The Netherlands sitting at 4 points. So a victory would give them 7, but they are currently at 5 goals for, 4 against. A 2-0 win would put them +3 along with the 16s, but the goals scored 8-7. Here's a chance now, and it's going to be run down on the second ball by Kashili. He'll get it out to Bona. Kashili again. Can't connect with Fitzjim. Jones. Tompkinson wearing the armband, but dropping back is Fuentes. Brings it out the middle. Fuentes into Jones. Lopez will play it wide. Off the cross, over everyone, run down and not kept in is Sparks. After that ball whipped in by Tolkien. Taken away by Sparks. Lopez will drop back now. Free kick for the Netherlands. Should the 17s win this, they will finish second here at the Nike Friendlies. If they finish in a draw, the Netherlands will finish second. Here's a chance, though. Now across the middle, off the left foot. Now Lopez clears it out. Run down by Bona. And now a chance on the far side. Martha cuts it back into the left. Fitzjim will try and curl it high, and Seth Wilson will run around and easily get that one. Almost turned over by the U.S. there. And it'll be goal kick right in front of the box, a little dangerous. It's Tompkinson. We looked at the goalkeeper, 16 years of age, and he can grow a better beard than I can. Actually, he's 17 years, so. And I'm older than 17. This one sees the U.S. trying to find a gap. Nothing seen, so they'll reset. Jones will flip it on. It's Sparks. Into the area. He'll cut it back. A lot of high pressure now with the second ball, and it's sent up towards midfield. Foul against the U.S. Alejandre will get whistled for this. See Alejandre with the hands up on the shoulders. Up over the top, still onside is Van Breda Rode. Alejandre will get to it before him. Trying to go up the line, it does. Now a dangerous ball as Jones is on it. He's being marked by Derrickson. Derrickson on a tackle will put it over. A good job by the Dutch captain coming across. Played towards the corner. Jones trying to go in, but a foul will be called on Jones. As he's reaching for the ball, you can see just a little late, the cleats on the heel. American Outlaw out there drumming up support. That ball played back. Token was running back early. Did give him a little bit of a step. Not to get caught flat-footed by Martha. Now on the high side, it's DeVries. He'll cut inside. Down Dutch player, still in, and now offside. The flag comes up as it's Garcia running in. On the high side, it is, didn't see what the number was of the Dutch player, but who's down there's Garcia, who couldn't hold his run. Maybe Kashili. He is up, that is good, no attention needed. Still a good look there at Garcia. Cesar Garcia from the Colony in Texas, part of the FC Dallas organization. Long ball across, looking for Martha. Headed down nicely by Martha, and Bona waiting on help. Kashili to the near side is Von Brederode. Overlapping run is Bars. Maybe a little bit too much under his feet, but it will still come back as a corner. And it'll be Von Brederode. With the corner. This one will hang up, and Wilson able to get to it. Distribution to no one as the Dutch will run it down on their own half. Fitz Jim will feed Von Brederode. He'll hold it back, and it's into the foot of Fitz Jim. Did he not able to keep it in? There's the touch, and a good yard over the line. Neither team creating much chances through the first 27 minutes. That was a little similar to the earlier game. And Turkey able to find a goal in the 28th minute. U.S. did not wait till long, the 16s that is, afterwards, and DeVries is fouled. Now cutting inside. And a back heel. Near side, it's Alejandre. Will turn and now into the area before and Bars goes down. Jones slid in. I think Jones is contesting really how much he hit him, but good news is Bars is up. A little communication. We see that. With Jones, we see it was definitely a late tackle. And he did step on the foot. So maybe rather fortunate not to receive a card in that instance. Derrickson. Little space, fits Jim. Puts it back into numbers though. Now they'll continue the switch. Here's Bars. He'll just work with Van Broderode. Turned by Kashili. Fuentes. Wilson under pressure, puts it up. It's taken by Kashili. Kashili looking to tee it up. And just a bit outside. Good look at Kashili. Half hour has passed this matchup. Match 2 on game day 3, otherwise known as match 6 of the 2019 men's Nike International Friendlies. That'll be a touch throw. Jimenez switches across the field. Derrickson will spin to get some room. Working a bit with Bona. Now Kashili, back out to Bona. Going to roll back to Bars. Alejandre on the tackle with Sparks. Sparks is clipped. Sparks putting him under pressure and just play it up. Some deft touching there and turn it over eventually. And that's a bad pass by Fuentes. Martha read that one. He'll get it into the near side to Fitzjim. Fitzjim around the defender into the area. Tries to get to the right foot. He'll pass it over. Mahan has Bona. Bona. U.S. good job of recovering after the turnover, forcing the Netherlands to go back to midfield. Some good recovery. Now that one played up to Van Broderode. Tompkinson involved there. Now, well, not really numbers, but certainly a 2v2. They'll slow it down. A little help on that The Dutch got behind the ball quickly. Sparks wants to go all the way across and won't clear Bona. But Bona on net able to possess it. Back out to midfield. Looks like he dribbled out of bounds on the far side first. So the throw goes the way of the Dutch. Good turn, Mahan. And it's a shot and a save. What a save by Wilson. Great chance by the Dutch. First fantastic opportunity for either side, and Seth Wilson up to task. Big time. Here's Derrickson. And it's taken by the U.S. Fuentes. Get it in, and we hear the behind the play as Sparks is going to hold it up, but Fuentes was kicked. A couple things to look at here as Fuentes is down. It will result in a yellow card, and it goes to Mahan. Here's the foul. You can see Mahan on that left foot. So Mahan has the first caution of this match. Here is the opportunity on goal. You see Mahan, who had it, he's looking and he's targeted it out from about 8 yards out, and that is a fantastic save by Wilson as Barassi got into it. And just a kick save off both feet, but able to get across the net and position himself where he needed to be. Tompkinson has to sprint to the sideline, and he's able to save it. Alejandre beaten to it by Van Broderede, and now Alejandre's hands on him. They're going to play it quickly. Fitzjim is onside. Fitzjim into the box. Now take it, and it's sit across, and it will be a corner kick. Wilson and Ramsey combined to get that one over the line, but the U.S. after the foul were looking too concerned with it, and the Netherlands quickly played it well, but Ramsey able to come across. You can see here's the chance, and this first one may have got past him, but Ramsey on the tackle, able to get the legs down, and Wilson making himself big as well. So good job by Ramsey. The Netherlands now a couple of really good chances here in the last few minutes. Van Broderede all the way across. Header is won by Tompkinson. Second ball, it's Derrickson and Tompkinson, the two captains. And Derrickson, should wide defenders don't necessarily come forward a lot. It's a good look at Tompkinson. Played in the Plano, Texas area, but now plays his youth career in Norwich City for their under 18 team in England, and starting frequently there. This ball won by the United States. Jones into the area. DeVries may have been offside. Flag comes up, so no shot there. But Jones had won it, and that ball played in for DeVries. Couldn't hold his run. Jack DeVries out of Wayne, Pennsylvania. There's Roofs, goalkeeper for the Netherlands. driven here near side. There's Van Brederode. Offside is Jones. Dirickson into bars. Yuri Boss will take the throw. And he'll leave it for Mahan. Look around here as we see. Oh, look at the skill of the cameraman. Look at that. And it is the big save there for Wilson. We see the American Outlaw and his vantage point. At one time, I could do that skill that our cameraman can, but nowadays, I'd probably pull something just doing that. Good turn here for Martha. Out working with Fitzjim. Martha will look for some help. Dirickson will step in. Been mostly the Dutch here in the first half, but it's still scoreless. A couple saves by Wilson for the United States. Chance here is Barassi and Ramsey are tied up. And it will go over the line for a U.S. goal kick. Tompkinson and Alejandre will share a couple touches. Don't like what they see, so they'll use Wilson. Wilson looking long. It's over Jones's head. Bailey will run in there. Or Sparks will. Bailey Sparks. Jones tries to turn. Jones is going to get a card, I think, on that one. Just the pull for the shirt tug, but nothing given there. Sometimes you see those deliberate fouls, and that one was pretty well read right in front of the referee, but I guess he didn't see it the same way I did. Here's Bars. You're a boss, that is. The Dutch have a boss and a Bars. Bars, though, is not suited for tonight's game, so you're a boss out there. This one near side. Tompkin. Fuentes. Fuentes is clipped again. Long ball for Alejandre. And Sparks finds Fuentes. Fuentes might have a chance for a shot, and he will, and he's just wide. Fuentes took it about 25 yards out, kind of eyeing the shot, but not able to find the target in that situation. So he played the last couple minutes of the first half. Here you can see Fuentes looking, has that, and from 25, bending back a little bit, but not there. Now the Dutch show on the other side. coming into the area. Tries to find the streaking Fitzjim, and as well played by the trailing defender. That was Garcia. Or make that Lopez that was trailing on that. Good job. Here's Garcia now. Garcia will try and go in. Jones could be there. Jones is there, and he flips it over the goalie, but it's not going to make it. The defender able to clear that one off the line. That was Jimenez. That was there as Jones came in. You can see he got the shot to clear the goalkeeper, but hesitation right there, and it's just not going to go. And Jimenez to the rescue. Fuentes. It will be a U.S. throw, but that one is, again, another look. A little space now, Fuentes. We have 1 minute of stoppage time. Foul behind the play. So the U.S. will be able to set up something here. You can see the 1 minute. So we're into it now. Someone must have asked for 10 yards because the U.S. looking to maybe quickly play it, but the referee said on the whistle, I'm marking off 10. Here you go. On the cross, it will be Garcia. Garcia towards the back post, up in the header, but Tompkinson was still rising, wasn't at his highest point. He's saying he maybe got pushed from behind. He's not getting the call. And that'll be the half. Lopez there. Whistle for something, but nevertheless, we played 60 seconds after that 45th minute. We are scoreless here from Premier Sports Campus at Lakewood Ranch between the United States 17s and the Netherlands. Second half action coming up from the Premier Sports Campus. And second half action here at the Lakewood Ranch, the premier sports campus here in Florida. Lakewood Ranch, just for those wondering, is 63 degrees right now as we underway here in the second half. 63 degrees right here on the west central coast of Florida, just south of the Tampa Bay area and to the east of Bradenton. There's a chance now with the possession. Bona looking to send it across, all the way across. He's got a man. It's Van Brederode on the far side, has to back up. Now it's sent in by Boss. One back. Netherlands, you would expect a little more urgency. They have an opportunity to win this Nike International Friendlies. They have to score 3 goals. They were scoreless in the first 45. The U-17s, by virtue of their 3-2 win earlier today, are sitting at 7 points. The Dutch are at 4. The U-17s are +3 in goal differential. The Dutch are +1. However, the U.S. has scored 8 goals to the Dutch's 5. Chance now here for the Netherlands. Back heel is going to roll behind a little bit, and now Fuentes out the back. No subs through at the half. Fuentes dribbling back into a little trouble, but he's getting help from his team. Looking forward on the bounce, and it will go off of Cesar Garcia. Little space for Sparks. They're going to continue it for Tolkien, running up from the left back position. Tolkien holds it back for Fuentes, drives it out, far side. Now sent into the area. Sparks is over him. Now it's going to be free. It's down to DeVries. DeVries is in the box. DeVries has scored! Jack DeVries has given the United States a 1-0 lead on a ball that came free to him at the 18, and he buried it home. There's the ball. And you can see at this point, just a bad clearance by Bona, and it's there from Kashili. And as Bona and DeVries were running after it, DeVries half a step on it and able to get the toe poke on it. And it's 1-0 U-17s here in the last match of the Nike International Friendlies. Well, if you're the Netherlands and wanting to win this thing, really, that's not really all that matters there, because you had to score 3 goals anyway. A 3-1 will put you into a tie. We'll have to look and see how that would go as far as the fair play and all that to be decided. We'll just have to check and see what we can find out. Nevertheless, if they don't score, it's not going to matter. They got to score 3 times, and DeVries tries to give the U.S. a second one. And if the U.S. can add a second one, then I think they'll start celebrating in the other U.S. locker room in the 16s. I already have to feel pretty good about themselves, and the 17s would be right behind them. So it could be a very successful Nike International Friendlies for the United States, possibly claiming the top 2 spots with their 16s and 17s. We still got time to go. 49 minutes. 1-0 USA. And that's off the ref. A foul behind the play, I guess. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the new rule. Definite advantage there for the Netherlands, perhaps, as that ball was going through. Here's Fitzjim on the far side. Still going through players, but going nowhere, and he'll go all the way back towards the midfield. Kashili. Bona. And here's a chance. Jones outside the area, and that's going to be deflected, but Roos, who was out of his area, kicked it into Jones, but it bounced, fortunately, for the Netherlands. Pretty good job of coming off his line, but you don't really want to go back into the player. Just play that one out of bounds and let your team recover. But it worked out for them. Another look at it here, as you can see, Jones timing his run and trying to go back through him. Not the wise decision, but didn't hurt him there. Roos outside of his area again. He'll lay it out for Derrickson. Derrickson. And for Martha, nice touch for Fitzjim. It's going to roll free. Martha again. Now he'll play it wide. Good ball movement by the Netherlands. Now towards the back post, and that's shot on and a goal. The Netherlands scored? No, they don't. It's a handball. They're going to call a handball on Barassi. He says it's with his head. So disappointed, maybe more of an angry player. We'll see on this. And Bretta Rode in on it. You can see the, it did look like it didn't really go off the head, and maybe went off the heel of the U.S. player from there. It's another look. Yeah, it does look like it maybe went off the head and then the heel there, so. The hands were up, though. Don't know if that's one that if we did have VAR, if it would have been overturned or not. Don't know if there was clear evidence, but doesn't matter. 1-0 U.S. still. Would have been an own goal, but the handball call beforehand stops all play from that point, so. Headed into the corner, Van Breda Rode. Sparks. Fuentes, like that. Take that back. Here's DeVries. Into the area. Now sent in. It's cleared out by the U.S. It'll be a corner kick. Santino Lopez didn't allow it to go past him. Seth Wilson on the short corner. We saw him directing traffic. Now go across the top. Mahan. Back post. Dirickson, but it's caught by Wilson before they could find the Dutch captain. Little space now for Sparks. He's got Jones running onto it. He's got the far side too. If he opts to go there, he does. Didn't go behind the defense, but DeVries has a little bit of numbers. He's got help out wide if he wants. He'll cut inside. Trying to go back to Jones. Jones steps on it, and on the left foot, Jones will score, and it's 2-0. USA! See the composure by Noah Jones gives the U.S. a 2-0 lead, and the Dutch will make 2 subs. 2 of their regular starters, Dylan Hohverf, will come on for Fitzjim, and Xavier Simons is now on for Mahan. Simons have been the best player for the Netherlands through the first couple of games and gets a little rest here, but now finds himself down 2-0. Now, a tiebreaker would be necessary if goal differential. The Dutch have to score 4. If they want to win. Right now, the 17s are doing all kind of favors for their countrymen. Jones looking to play it forward, is going to roll a little strong. Von Brederode will switch to the near side as Hohverf will move out to the left. Von Brederode trying to slant to Bona. DeVries on the tackle to the corner, and he may be hurting a little bit on the wrist. He's still up. Inside, Dirickson keeps it in. Simons, Hohverf. Now they'll play it up towards the top. Here is Bas. Bas trying to get the runner inside. That is Barassi. Back to Simons. Simons is not pulled down apparently, and it's a goal kick. So as we enter the 60th minute, goal kick for the U.S. American Outlaw banging the drum. It's Ronald Chen. Kashili. Now things are, some pushing and shoving are going on. Both teams, and a lot of bodies getting involved. Fuentes is down. So it's going to take a minute, it looks like, to get this one split apart. We'll see the referee consult his linesman. Maybe the linesman in there helping separate the players. It looks like Tompkinson, at least as the captain, and another look at the foul, perhaps. As you can see, Kashili, who thought he was fouled there. Nothing was called, and there's Fuentes. Simons went in, and here's Kashili from behind, and you can see the body check from that point. So the referee talking with both captains, Derrickson and Tompkinson. Let's see who's going into the book. I'm going to imagine there's a couple players each team, but we'll find out. So the free kick will be for the United States. Play is getting a little rough beforehand, but then certainly as Kashili came in, no intention of playing the ball. We'll find out what those numbers are, who got the yellow. So we'll see whether or not some cooler heads have prevailed here as Tompkinson sends this one up the field. Derrickson. That's taken by Hochverf. He's going to try and slot through Martha. Martha has it on his left foot, now his right. He's through the area and it's blocked. The shot is blocked by the United States. I'm going to try and find Garcia. Ian Tompkin. Into the back for DeVries. DeVries offside. So one card each, Kashili for the Netherlands and Tompkinson for the United States, who must have come in the aftermath. But here's a chance for Hochverf, and he scores! Down on the near post from an incredible angle. He's cut this deficit from 2 goals to 1 for the Netherlands. Dylan Hochverf down the line in what seemed like an impossible angle, but he found that near post. Maybe a little life for the Dutch. You can see the long run all the way from midfield. Able to get into the box. You know, Seth Wilson would want that back. Can't give up the near post. Here's Jones, played into the area, now cleared out. Netherlands will be set to make a couple more subs. That's played out. Don't know if he thought maybe the goalkeeper was far out, but that one landed about 20 yards too short to do any damage. Was Garcia. Freddie De Jong will make his way on in a moment. Will he make it on in a tie game? No, it's offside on the far side, and De Jong will come on in place of Jimenez. Miguel Jimenez.
Substitution in the 66th minute for the Netherlands, entering the game number 14, Frederion, leaving the game number 18, William Hughes.
De Vries had his wrist tape. We saw him favoring his hand a little earlier. This is over the top. Seth Wilson at the top of his box. And a high pressure, and this one's going to go far enough. Now off the head. It's still free, but it's going to roll back, and the goalkeeper can grab it. A little, shall we say, clumsiness in the back for the Dutch there. Almost cost them, but they are able to get away with it. "67 minutes have passed. Here's what has to happen for the U.S. men's 16 team, boys 16 team, not to be your Nike International Friendlies. What has to happen is that the USA 17 should not score again today, and the Dutch would have to put up at least three more. A 4-2 result has to be a 2-goal win, and at 4 goals, that would be enough. As Cesar Garcia comes off, and the U.S. makes their first sub with Tucker Lepley. Lepley has been mostly the holding back, and Garcia's been playing up top. We'll see if they switch up, or if that's the case, they will push Fuentes a little higher.
Number 6, Tucker Lepley, leaving the game number 18, Cesar Garcia.
De Vries on the back now. It's cleared in, and it's sent up the field. Second ball, won by Derrickson. Kept inbounds. Simmons will send this in, penalty area bound, it appears. And it's just far beyond their captain, Derrickson. So Wilson sends it up towards midfield. And Fuentes is fouled. U.S. waiting for the whistle. All the way across. Now sent back towards the area. DeVries on his foot. Lepley. Tompkin back to Lepley. And we have a down U.S. player. Maybe Fuentes. Getting attention. I don't see Fuentes up, and I do recall the last time he was in that area. It is. We're in number 10. It's like in that left lower back. As he makes his way off the field after receiving attention. Fuentes is off. They're figuring out how the sportsmanship will be. So they'll just touch it out, give the U.S. a throw at midfield. Fuentes back on after receiving a little attention. Simons tries to find the running Bona, but that one taken away. A little clever misdirection by DeVries, and it'll be off DeVries. So the throw for the Netherlands. Played towards the corner. Sent all the way across, far side. Bona. And behind. Van Broderuddy. That's the goal scorer for the Dutch. And he's put himself in a dangerous position again. This time the shot is blocked. And will be over the line for a corner. It was Ramsey and spot. Holraverf. Very dangerous, and again, that same area. That one's freed up, 16 or the 12-yard spot. Simons tries to keep it going, and Sparks will just send it up towards midfield and across and run down by Bona. De Jong. Just under a quarter hour remaining plus stoppage time. And De Vries strong on the ball. Fuentes looking out near side is De Vries. De Vries into the box, steps over left foot, and that's deflected up and over the crossbar by Roos. Nice shot by De Vries. Is that the hand and head of the goalkeeper? There's De Vries on the step over, and there's the rising shot, but Roos in good position. Lepley will make his way to the corner flag to take this. Outswinger left foot. U.S. asking to make a sub, but they'll wait, I think, till the next stoppage of play. Lepley headed back down, and it's cleared out by the Netherlands. Sparks towards a corner. De Vries, who made a play on it, is offside, and we will have the substitution. Coming off is Fuentes. Coming on will be Pinedeth. Fuentes off, Pinedeth on. That will roll beyond everyone. Flipped on. Play down. Will he be able to get it? I think he will. Oh, better. Now he'll look, and it's off the foot of Wilson, off the body of one of the Dutch players, but he is facing the wrong way. So another good chance for the Netherlands. Just missed. Free kick will go the Netherlands' way. They tried to play it quickly, but I guess they were a yard or two too far. Here's Simons towards the 18, unchallenged on the clearance for the U.S. Pinedeth tried to get around the defender. Good tackle this time. They'll get it out to the feet of Pinedeth. He's behind defenders, but he doesn't have the angle. He will turn it and wait for help. On the backside, here it is. A shot, and it's wide as Lepley couldn't convert the counter here as we hit 80 on the clock. Bona. Chance on this shot, saved by Wilson, going down to his left. No one on the rebound except for Tompkin, who sends it forward. And Martha had come in, had a pretty good shot on, but really not much of a challenge, and we have a U.S. player that's down. Another look here, and that is Martha. And I think it's Alejandre who's down. Saying a quad outside of the knee, right down there, lower quad. Here's the behind the net shot on Martha. Saying it did go through traffic, but Wilson spotted it. Sometimes it goes through those bodies. You don't know on the deflection. They are going to say Alejandro is going to need a sub. So Alejandro has to make his way off on the far side. So yes, we'll be playing with 10 for a couple of moments until they can get that substitute on. It'll be Rickson Van Hees that will come on. And a careless turnover there. And they'll play it back. Tompkin just sends it up the field. Here's Derickson. Simons on the near side. Horvath. Back down, he'll cut it back, and Lepley's in spot right there. This will run over the near side, and the U.S. will be able to get their sub on, as Van Hees will take the right back spot. '85th minute here as the U.S. will try and see this one out. Longer and longer it goes on, the better it looks for the 16s. The 17s currently in second place. A tie would give the Netherlands second in this right now. And Simons works his way through. It goes down eventually. Showing some good, really good skill, and teammates helping him out. But De Jong and Derickson will switch the field. Pinedath will force him backwards. Pinedath up the top of the field at midfield, and did he dribble out of bounds? He may have. And we'll have a couple of substitutes here for the U.S. And we'll a chance here is this last opportunity as Lepley found the ball falling right to him, but just not able to convert. For that. Two subs for the United States. We'll get Arce will come on for Noah Jones. And Jack Imperato will come on for Jack DeVries. So both goal scorers for the U.S. So the two have just now departed. They don't need any more goals. They need to keep them out. Imperato and Arce will play up high, so they'll be asked to run some clock off with those fresh legs. Tompkin, Ramsey. Van Hees. His pass intercepted by Simmons. Simmons will make another run. He'll get fouled. Free kick will go the Netherlands' way. Simons did have a direct kick goal earlier, or not earlier today, but early in the tournament in the last game against Turkey. We'll see a substitute in for the Netherlands. Coming off is Uribas, and coming on is Dos Santos. So the whistle plays. Simons will look to send this one into the area. About the penalty spot, flipped on and just wide. And it may have gone off a U.S. player after that. So it will be a corner kick. Don't think it was necessarily Wilson, but it was certainly a deflection here on the short corner. Actually, it was off the U.S. and went out for a corner. Simons will have it. And the U.S. will space with Pinedath. Maybe trying to add to their lead. Ball there doesn't connect with Imperato. Onto the near side. That's Van Broderode. And U.S. players down, but the Dutch still going on. Maybe they got stepped on, but it's still free towards the top of the area, and U.S. will just send it out. Oh, no, it's kept in. It's going to roll too far. You can see the injured player on the top of the screen there. They're going to go over since he's off the field. Try and get it with the U.S. That shot, and it's going to deflect, and it's now free, and it's an equalizer for the Dutch. The U.S. playing injured with that, and Barassi will get a second. And it's 2-2. As we hit the 90th minute, we'll have 5 minutes of stoppage time. A reminder now, because we have seen dramatic late comebacks. You can see there, Kashili, a nice step over. I think the coaches were wanting Imperato to come in and commit a foul to get this. That deflection, though, fell to Kashili, who nicely done with the outside of his foot. Got the second goal for the Dutch. It's 2-2. The Dutch emboldened, feel like they may just try and get these extra 2 goals. If they win 4-2, they are your 2019 Friendlies champion. U.S. is offside. U.S. is playing with 10, opting not to sub out Van Hees, who is the player that's down on the top. Imperato. On the turn now, Imperato again. Simons. Can the Netherlands get a third here? Outside, and now they get a shot, and that's saved by Wilson. Trailing foot, inches away from this. The U.S. will have to get a goal in order to get second place. Right now they're staring at third behind the Netherlands. Into the corner. So a 2-2 score, a fantastic save, and there's the look at it again. A right foot back of Wilson prevented Hodevetter from getting his second of the game and giving the Dutch a 3-2 lead. Hodevetter down the wing though, into the box. He'll try and put this across to the second deflection, and they'll say it's a corner kick for the Netherlands. So Wilson was hanging on to the ball, started a little fracas a little bit. The Netherlands seeing an opportunity perhaps in getting this, but they have to score here. And he's an open man. It's Kashili from 12 yards out, sky to volley, and an opportunity. Van Hees is back on. On Broderode. Hodevetter taking off it. High pressure, and that pressure by Lepley created the turnover there, so good work by the young American. That's off Sparks. Could be the final minute. And a free kick will go the Dutch way. There is the under-16 team that, unless there's 2 goals scored by the Netherlands here in the final minute, they'll say no play. That doesn't matter at this point here as it goes into the corner. They're looking for the handball, and that is the end of the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes are there. The Dutch were looking for a handball would not have been enough to win the Nike International Friendlies, but it would have been enough that they are seeking the win. They don't understand it, didn't see that, but the 16s celebrating on the field right now, but there's a lot going on. You can see the 16s down here towards the end of this goal. The Dutch have surrounded the referee. The 17s have still shaking hands with the Dutch players, trying to, but the conversation's going on. Nothing's going to change to this point other than the fact that the U.S. 16s are the Nike International Friendlies champions. And obviously you see the question and concern, but not to minimize it, a win's a win, but even a 3-2 victory would not have been enough. The 16s were going to be your champions unless the Dutch won by 2. So the only drama was whether it was 2 wins and a draw, or who knows, the penalty kick. Wilson came up with a couple of big saves. There's no guarantee on that either. But this one ends in a draw. So officially, when you look at the standings, starting from the bottom, Turkey finished 0-3 with 3 losses, 3 one-goal losses. And here's our goals for this one. You can see the opportunities, and that wasn't necessarily there, but here's Jones, who in the first half had that, didn't get enough on it. He'd make up for it later, but here's DeVries, and this opened up the scoring as they were able to find the back of the net, and it made it 1-0. And just a little while longer, Jones on a nice left-footed touch and composure in the box made it 2-0. It stayed that way until then. Well, that was the one that would have given the winner, as the Dutch got 2 goals in between there. But that would have been the winner of the game, and a great save by Seth Wilson. And the under-16s are the champions. You can see the 17s giving them the handshake of congratulations around here, and all the award ceremony that will be ongoing. So while they sort all this out and prepare the teams and the presentations, we'll just step away for a second. You can watch the camera, and we'll give you the update on all that in just a moment. But this match 6, exciting to the end. The Netherlands and the USA 17s tied at 2. Nike International Friendlies award presentations coming up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to hear the awards, and obviously the participation and that all the teams other than the champions will get. Turkey, who had 3 one-goal losses, very competitive in this, and actually had the lead in 2 of their 3 games. But they get a chance out here. They lost to the United States 17s on night 1, 1-0, and then led the Netherlands by a goal before they gave up 2 late goals to the Netherlands. And then today, once again, against the 16s, got a 1-0 lead before falling 3-1. Excuse me, 3-2. They got a late goal there in stoppage time. So 3 one-goal games. I think if I would say 3 one-goal games weren't long enough, I would not make a mistake in saying the final score of a game. That squad will be competing in the UEFA Championships coming up in May. That's what their preparation was for now, along with the Netherlands. I have to compliment the camera work. That glare, that's a perfect shot. Even I can read that without my glasses. Go figure. So now the announcement here for probably the U-17 team, who did finish in 3rd place. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw.
U.S. Soccer would also like to thank the United States U-16 head coach, Larry Sunderland, for his participation in the state's competition.
That is Larry Sunderland for the 16s. So look at that. I think they're waiting for that next trophy, however, but Larry Sunderland be happy to accept this for competing here in the friendlies this year, the Nike International Friendlies. This is probably for the Netherlands. Let's see how good my guess is. So the Netherlands, who went unbeaten here in the Nike International Friendlies, 1 win and 2 draws. They officially will go in the record books as the runner-up. They will take their photo op as well as a team, making their way in. Showed a lot of resiliency in this, and they'll go back to look at that stoppage time of that first game when they had the United States 16s down 3-1, and the 16s able to get 2 goals in stoppage time. That is essentially the difference, as a victory would have catapulted the Netherlands into the championship. As it is, they hard fought to get back 2nd place tonight, getting 2 goals against the U.S. 17s. And here's Junior Gonzalez getting honored with the 17 team, and they'll come up for their photo op as well as being participants in this competition. I believe his team will get the photo op now, or maybe they'll get that later.
Now, U.S. Soccer is proud to present the winner of the 2019 Nike International Friendlies, the United States U-16 team.
And here is the champions. of this year's 2019 international friendlies, and these young players will be making their way into the 17s next year. They get the opportunity to stand behind the sign. It's Dante Seeley and the Cats, and they'll do that as well again. So good moments for these young players, and it's been a very good Nike International Friendlies. A lot of competitive games throughout. Matter of fact, the only 2-goal deficit was the U-16s beating the U-17s 2-0 on Saturday night. Other than that, every goal or every game either a draw or one goal. So competitive there. I remind everyone here that the Winter Cup for the Development Academy is coming up. That'll be in a couple of weeks right here at Lakewood Ranch. You can always check it out, ussoccerda.com. And as the men compete on that in the rounds for the Winter Cup, the boys and the men down here at Lakewood Ranch, the following week will be the Women's Development Academy, and also the Nike International Friendlies for the under-20 women. So a lot going on. Make sure you check out ussoccer.com. And, of course, tomorrow night, a big one for the men's national team down in the Cayman Islands as they take on Cuba. A victory will give them their group stage win in the Confederations Cup. So we'll get a good look at here some of the highlights throughout, and it's a big week here, as you saw at Lakewood Ranch. Lots of great soccer. We'll remember some of these plays kicked off the line. Just some of the highlights, particularly in tonight's game, as DeVries got the goal that started it, and then there was Noah Jones, who got it there. The Dutch there, big save by Wilson. The score was 2-2 at that time. That would have given it to them. And by virtue of their countrymen's draw, the U.S. national team, boys 16, are your Nike International Friendlies. To everyone downstairs, all the camera crew, everyone out there, everyone at U.S. Soccer helped us out. Appreciate it. Everyone have a good time, and we will talk to you. Happy Thanksgiving, but enjoy it. We'll see you here for the Development Academy in just a couple of weeks.